Let's see if I can get this going here. How's everyone doing? Hopefully I'm not cut off in the middle of talking here. Let's see these settings. Chat box should be up. Chat box is up. Hello everyone. I'm Jason, your host, and this is a Jason's Electronics Repair. What is going on? It is exactly 1:12 a.m. here in America. Issues, can't sleep, so I'm going to just do some stupid stuff at 1 in the morning. So, I don't really have anything planned for this. Nick, how's it going? Nick Kennedy? Yeah, this is live just now. It's 1:12 in the morning, man. I got nothing to do. I couldn't sleep, and I'm going to do some experiments. Hey, micro repairs. Yeah, it's super early. Yep. So this isn't the big stream. That's going to be Tuesday, but I just need to make some content and do something. So I have a cup of tea here. Let's see if I can put this other camera on. Okay, so this is my cup of tea. Why does it look like that? So this is my tea. There it is. It's better. So I have my tea. It's in my tea kettle. At 6 a.m. Yeah, I know. I messaged a few people in the UK. So I got my tea here. This is Happy Elephant English afternoon loose leaf black tea. I doubt it's English. This is probably an American version of English. So nothing like it. Whatever. My wife's on a tea kick, so she's been buying me different loose tea, which I normally only drink loose black tea, but she's got this different stuff, so I'm going to start featuring it on my live stream. So she's got some other stuff I'm going to try on Tuesday's stream, but I'm trying that today. Well, I'm not trying it. I've had it before, but I'm having it today. Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff. We're not gonna fix anything because, to be honest with you, I don't have anything to fix, and anything big like some discoveries I am saving for the stream on Tuesday. But I do have some interesting stuff where I'm going to shill something for the people who watch this back on a regular video. So on my Patreon page, no, it doesn't dissolve. It floats in there for until it's black like coffee, and then I will drink it. See, it's already getting there. It's still not dark enough yet. It says to brew it for says to brew it for like 2 to 3 minutes in 180-degree water, but I'll be honest with you, I crank it like 10 minutes. I like it strong. I drink all my tea very strong. If it calls for 1 tea bag, I'll put in 3 or 4. Well, not 3 or 4, but I'll do like 2 tea bags. So that is for another experiment. So, all right. So yeah, my bench is a mess. I was doing some testing on the Switch. Interesting news. I am about 95% sure I can use a set of test probes, like the ones you see here, to inject 5 volts and test a switch without a port on it. The switch does not need a port on it, and I can inject 5 volts. And I also have found a way to bypass the entire set of switch circuitry to test to see if BQ, the battery management IC, is charging, is a good chip. Sometimes you cannot have shorted capacitors, and you can have BQ acting funny. So I found a way that you can inject voltage to BQ, and you can then test to see if your BQ chip the BQ chip is functioning. So, yeah, when it comes to coffee, I drink instant coffee that dissolves in the coffee. My wife can't stand instant coffee, but not everybody's cool. So she has brewed coffee every morning that I make for her. But I drink instant coffee because when I get up, I want a cup of coffee. But not today because I didn't drink coffee this morning. I was just up. Normally I have coffee if I'm up and tired, but I'm up and not tired, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let this brew. I'm gonna clean up this little bit of mess from yesterday. Okay, so let's check on my tea, and then we're gonna talk about some stuff here. So, okay, let's go. And I'm ready to drink that already. It's gonna be fantastic. Wow, 4 viewers. I would have never thought that. That's crazy. Because you figure it's 6 a.m. in the UK. It's 1 in the morning here, roughly around 1 in the morning here. I guess what in Australia it's probably like 1 p.m., 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. China. So really, the only English speaking would be Australia, New Zealand, uh, prominently English speaking would be what you want to call it. Those two countries that are up, and then England. It's a Sunday, so I believe everybody sleeps in on a Sunday, but me apparently. So hopefully we get a few people in here, and we can. I'm gonna move my coffee out of the way for a second, so I can get my iron sorted. My area is in a state of disarray because of the experiments and the packages that I am waiting on for to come next week. They were supposed to be here Friday, but they're not showing up until Monday, hopefully, with the delays in shipping. So, not me. Hey, Rosie, how's it going? So, gotta make sure I pay attention to chat because I don't have a mod in the chat room. Hey, Micah, you come to a lot of my streams. Let's see if I can do this here. I am going to make you a moderator. So, Micro, you are now a moderator. You always seem to have helpful advice, and you are in my stream, and I've seen you in other streams. You are very respectful, and I even enjoy your videos. You do make good content. So if you guys are watching it back and you're not one of the 5 other viewers in this stream, check out Micro Repair Ltd. He has some cool stuff. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but he does do some interesting stuff. He tested this soldering station on his channel, and man, it looks pretty cool. If I didn't have a bunch of Hacko stuff, I would definitely get one of those soldering stations. So it was a good video. He does make good content. He's got some stuff on the quick hot air station too. So yeah, he does some good stuff. So check his channel out. All right, so let's see here. That's getting kind of dark. So let's do this one more time with my fancy tea kettle. How do y'all like my fancy tea kettle? Well, that's my fancy tea kettle. That's how I do it here. I live in Florida. This is how we do things. Whoa, almost overfilled it. And have a little bit for later. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm enjoying that. Okay, now we can get started. All right, we got a little tea going. We can get started now. Okay, so as I was stating before, this is going to be more of a shill kind of thing because I want to talk about. Let's get over here. I want to talk about stuff that I have going Micro. Oh my God, you're up. Seriously? Wow. What time is it? Oh, you haven't even gone to bed yet, Micro Mage Repair, have you? Yeah, I guarantee you haven't gone to bed yet. I just woke up. Eh. Wow, you are actually catching one. That's cool. That's cool, Micro Mage. That's awesome. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a good one. I mean, I don't. I appreciate every single person who watches my stuff, but and I greatly appreciate it. But I really try, but I'm very limited on the amount of content I have right now, and I'm redoing the bench to have more stuff. I got some more Hacko equipment coming because Hacko's the best. You know, Hacko is it. There's nothing better than Hacko. Someone's gonna comment on that, I bet. No. Let me share with you why, if you see me in other chats, why I shill Hacko products. When I started working in electronics, the company I worked for had Hacko irons. This was in 1996. Okay, I was 16 years old. I got an internship at a manufacturing company and basically spent my whole career there. Worked my way up, became an engineer, and started designing and building power systems. When I started there, they had Hacko irons. So I've known nothing but Hacko irons. And then when I retired, I came home and saw the price of Hacko units. And I was like, yeah, no, not a thing. So I bought a TS100 because Court the bench reorganization. Oh God. You know what? I could put on, yeah. Is this camera working? Yeah, I could put on this side camera and I could reorganize it. Oh my God. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna do that to you. I am gonna go over a couple things, but I have a lot of big stuff planned. Right down here I have a bunch of stuff to unbox. We'll do this real quick. A viewer sent these in to the channel. Woo, that's it. That's all you get. You'll have to check them out. Pause the video, rewind it, see what's going on. That stuff will come out Tuesday. And trust me, that stuff showed up on Thursday of last week, and I've been dying to open it. Oh, I've been waiting. Open it. Some of this stuff's been sitting there since Monday of last week. I've been waiting to open it. Shipping. We had some severe weather here in the United States. And, that's what we did. Anyways, back to the Hacko story. The only reason that I mention it now is because Micromage uses Weller. And I think Weller makes a good product. I haven't used them extensively as I use Hacko products. So if I would have started in the business with Weller, I'm sure I would be a Weller guy and I would still use Weller. I don't have anything against their product. I think they make a great product. Never used JBC, but I have an issue with their prices and their price of maintenance and upkeep. But after I retired and I started doing some side projects at home, I got a TS100 and using Hacko all the time, and the TS100 doesn't perform as well as the Hacko. And another reason I like the Hacko is you look at a Hacko tip here. It's got the contacts back here, and a good chunk of it's the heating element. So the heat transfer is really good. And one of the new products I have will be a nice upgrade. I'm not gonna spoil it. A lot of you know what I'm getting. I don't know if I told you, Micromage Repair. Yeah, if I had Weller, I'd be a Weller guy. I mean, I don't know anything wrong with the product. I remember we got Weller test equipment sent to us, like some test stations, and we were like, okay, next time we upgrade, they buy new soldering equipment every year and a half, and we're talking like 50, 60 stations, 100 irons, just a case of tips basically. We buy tons of these in the refills. So Weller sent us some samples, a sample station for me to put in my lab, and then a hot air station, and what else was it? I don't know, some other stuff. So I tested it out, and I thought it was good. And then we go to order. I was like, yeah, let's do the Weller thing. Let's get this Weller thing going here. So, ahead of time when they sent us the stuff, we told them what we were looking for. So we go to place the order, and they were like, "Oh, this is a big order. It's going to take us like 3 months to fill it, um, and we can give you a 10% discount." And we were like, "What?" Hackus gives us like 35% off and free shipping, and they get it out to us in like 35 days. It comes in batches, but in about 35 days we can get the product. So we were just stunned. I'm gonna turn this audio down a little bit so it doesn't ping out. Is that better? Yeah, it doesn't seem to go in the red. Okay. Sorry if the volume got down. I had to change that real quick. But so we go to get the Weller, and man, that's still pinging in the red. What is going on? Why is that doing that? Let's try this. I think it's because my voice raises. I'm a very loud talker, so it might go up and down. I'm not sure. But, you know, Weller was like, oh, it's going to take us 3 months, and then, the amount of tips we ordered, like we would order the stuff and it would last us a year and a half, 2 years. So it was, tons of tips and, a lot of little stuff, solder and all kinds of stuff. And he would just, it was like 2 weeks of not giving us a firm price. And then when we finally got a firm price, I could go on Amazon, pay a little bit more for the stuff and get it in 2 days. So we finally called them up and we're like, we're sending you your stuff back. You're not being very helpful here. We're just gonna stick with Hacko. And we got our Hacko stuff in like 35 days and we got new equipment. So, that was like 3 years ago. And no, it was probably about four. And then we've done a Hacko then, and it got a little bit tough, so we waited. They waited, and they just ordered Hacko equipment. I think it was the 1st of February, 2nd of February, and I got some stuff tagged onto it. So we'll be looking at that on Tuesday. Another thing is I can, if I got the same discounts as they got because I just added a station on it, and then I'll do some work on the side for my old boss, like some kind of consulting crap, and then I won't have to pay for it. Hopefully, I think that a lot of times. Then he's like, "I need that money." I'm like, "Oh, come on!" But what can you do? So yeah, I know he has a project that he needs worked on. I might bring it here and I might have them clean it really good and then bring it here and do it on a video because I've talked to him about me doing some repair videos showing how to repair his their equipment that they repair so they can do it so people can do it in the field and have a video to go on. So I'm in negotiation to talk to him and doing that. So I might be doing that. I don't know. The stuff they get in repair is nasty. It is in some of the harshest chemicals in the world in the plating industry. So if I'm bringing that home to my bench in my house, it's got to be like really, really clean. And to get it really, really clean, it may kill the board, and I have to swap everything out. So we'll see. We'll see if it goes that way. I'm going to be tearing down some new stuff that they make to show how to change parts on a bad one because I don't want to do a filthy one. It's just I can't do that here. I don't have the same equipment. I don't want to borrow tools basically. So I want to be able to do it when I have it. New stuff. It's not all swollen up and filthy and crusted and I have to beat on it with a hammer until it comes apart. I'm not doing that in my workshop with getting dust and nickel solidified solution everywhere. It's disgusting stuff. I'm not doing that. So, but I do plan on doing some stuff with him. We're still working out an arrangement. Hey, Dwayne. I don't know if I said hi to you, but hello. How you doing? But we need to get started on the reason I have called you all together today with my 9 viewers at 1:30. All right, let's get this ugly mug off the shot there, and let's talk my Patreon page and shill it. No, I'm not gonna shill it. I'm just gonna say, hey, I got a Patreon. Someone asked me for a request if there was a tier on the Patreon page if I could teach them one-on-one or a classroom type setting of basic electronics, because I do teach it to middle school kids along with the Lego Mindstorm robotics. I have to say that to people because I say I teach basic electronics and robotics to middle school kids, and they think I do some kind of crazy robotic stuff. No, I do the Lego robotics with the little coding blocks. Yeah, I don't do anything. I don't do anything super crazy. Oh my god, there's dirt on my bench. Oh my god, can you believe that? What is happening? Ooh, crisis averted. Okay, so oh, that freaked me out. I don't know what that was, like burnt flux or something. Anyways, I'm really enjoying that tea. That tea is very good. So, anyways, the Patreon. So I'm doing a class monthly, 2 1-hour sessions a month, and instead of approaching it to where it is a book learning of how electronics work, which is, in my opinion, pointless because a 120 ohm resistor on paper is a 120 ohm resistor. A 120 ohm resistor in real life is not going to be 120 ohms. It's either going to be low or high within, sometimes 20%. And, you can get tighter tolerances with the metal ones, metal film resistors. You can get them a tighter tolerance than the carbon film. So, there's a tolerance there. So, everything on paper, everything's fantastic. And, you throw in a capacitor and a resistor, and, you got it on the paper, and your math all works out. And you're like, yeah, it's just going to be, a 3 second charge or 30 millisecond charge time to charge up this capacitor and this RC time circuit, and you fire it up. It's not even close to 30 milliseconds. It's like 27. And you're like, oh, I'll just change the resistor. You change the resistor, it goes to like 37, and you're just racking your brain trying to get it down because the capacitor is going to have a tolerance and the resistor is going to have a tolerance. So what I plan on doing is doing a basic electronics course from a repair and design perspective. So we're going to build circuits um, from a kit that is part of. I'm not fixing anything today, Dwayne. I'm just talking, and I'm going to show some stuff in a minute. But I'm going to use. Yeah, people don't get that micromanagement. No, people don't get that at all. It irritates me. Like when I learned electronics in school, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, great. Let's go out to the lab, and you out in the lab was like, nothing's working. What's going on? So I'm going to approach it from a lab basic. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I am going to go here. Open. Man, I got a lot of stuff open. Close. Make sure I don't have any porn open. No, I don't. I don't watch that stuff. So let me go up here to my electronics folder. And there's Tinkercad. So what? Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, come on. Oh, wait. It's fine. Let me sign it. I have a. Oh, come on. All right. Hold on, guys. I have to enter a 6-digit code. Of course, it's going to be a 6-digit code. All right. So as I use a flash drive that has all my credentials on it that I plug into the PC in the morning, and allows you to log into the PC. For some reason, AliExpress wants confirmation and Autodesk wants confirmation every time. Like they have to send me an activation code. Just oh, yeah. Let's look at the monitor here. So that this is my Tinkercad right here. This is a free program. It's Autodesk Tinkercad. It's free on what I plan on doing. You can do 3D design, coding, whatever. I'm using it for electronics. So that disturbs me that all my stuff is not here. And I can also teach from this, but I haven't signed up for that yet. Lessons. Why do I not have? Where is all my stuff? That is strange. So, anyways, this is a sample circuit. We can simulate it, and it's going to do something. Hopefully, hopefully. Okay. Why is it? So, Tinkercad going here. Okay, so if I do start simulation, that LED should flash. Yeah, that LED is flashing very barely. It is a, you know what? Hold on a second. What is that resistor? It's 4.7K. What is that resistor? 70. Yeah, I'm not sure why this isn't working. Anyways, so I'm going to design a circuit on the breadboard, and then we are going to troubleshoot the circuit on the breadboard in Tinkercad, and then also in a breadboard that is built on the bench, and I'm going to go through troubleshooting that circuit. So, and then that is for one tier on Patreon, and then for the lower tier, under that, 2 weeks later, I'm going to release that video for the next tier down on my Patreon page, if someone wants to watch it. But the class is live interaction, so I ask questions, you answer the questions, and you work on the circuit. Yeah, Tinkercad's acting crazy. It doesn't have all my stuff on it. I must use a different. Oh, you know what? I think I logged into my work account. That's not my YouTube account. Oh, that would explain it. Anyways, I'll figure that part out. So, yeah, that's Tinkercad. So I'm going to design stuff in Tinkercad, and then I'm going to use iCircuit here. My iCircuit stuff's gone. I'm going to be pissed. So I'm going to use my iCircuit stuff to draw the schematics. But the point is not to have a schematic. I will draw a schematic for use later in the project that we're working on. But my goal is to have them build a circuit, not learn how to build a circuit, but copy a circuit on a breadboard, like this, for example. This is a circuit I'm working on some basic logic. So you build a circuit based on my Tinkercad, and then it's either going to work or it's not going to work. And it's either going to work because I tricked you and made it not work, or it's not going to work because you messed it up. Yeah, it is micro repairs. It is. Or it's not going to work because you messed it up, or because I am seeing if you can find the fault on your own. So we'll go through it. We'll go through how to diagnose power coming in, check the traces, how to check resistors, how to determine if the value of the resistor is correct. I might throw in a different value resistor, and you should be able to look at it and see that there's a timing issue. So you should be able to determine the correct size resistor, because you might get something in that somebody else worked on and they pulled the resistor off, didn't know the value, and just put any old resistor on there. And I'm going to teach you how to look at that set of facts that you get from your meter, your power supply, oscilloscope if you want one or have one. Do without it. a waveform generator, same deal with that, to figure out what's wrong with a circuit and fix it without the schematic. I always had the benefit of designing my own stuff, so I always had a schematic. But I used to get repairs in where people altered my design to serve some kind of sadistic, Satan worshiping subject, because that would be the only way you would change my design, is if you were using it to worship Satan. I'm telling you, my designs were flawless. No, I'm just kidding. They were crazy. They messed up all the time. But I fixed them. I have always been a firm believer that we learn more through failure than we do success. Success is great, but bringing success after failure is even greater. So that's my goal of that class. That was weird. It held that for review. What was it? Oh, weird. I got two chats and they're both different. Hey, Rose, how's it going? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely looking that up, Micromage. I was like, I saw a thing that was held for review. And then I was like, where is it? I can't find it. But yeah, Hacko USA there. That's the way to go. Especially now they hooked us up. They hooked us up hardcore. Man, I don't know if they're hurting for money or what, but when we told them what we were looking for, and they were like, yeah, here's your price, and they gave us the price in like 2 days, and we were like, no, dude, did you not get the full list of stuff? And they're like, yeah, we got it all, and we're gonna throw in a batch of tips, for every station, and we're like, okay, thank you. So I don't know if I know the economy's bad, but wow, man, they are hooking us up. Yeah, some tea. My throat's starting to go. So that's my goal, to teach basic electronics through experimentation. The way I teach middle school kids, basically. Um, it's yeah, failure is the great professor. That is very true. I'm stealing that. I'm definitely using that now. Thank you. So I will talk about something very interesting because Micromage Repair is here. I'm only going to talk about this because he is here, and it's because of him I had this success. So, um, this is the power cable similar to what Micromage Repair uses to power his switches. Mine's more fancy, custom made, and way higher quality, and far and all in all, way better product like Hacko. But not everybody can have the cool stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So he was using an adapter like this. That's barrel jack to USB-C, and I had bought one, and I believe Phil had bought one, and they didn't work on the power supply. And I couldn't figure out why. Well, I lost mine. I don't know I don't know what happened to it. So I bought these, like what Micromage Repair uses, and these work. And I was, and that baffled me in my own right, and it trolled me too, because I want to show you something interesting here. Let's turn the power supply on. We're gonna do something real quick. It's 1:46 in the morning. No one's even gonna watch this. Let's switch out here. So this is the dead CPU board that will probably have the CPU pulled on Tuesday, but we can do a little experiment right now, because I want to show Micromage Repair this, because if it wasn't for his recommendation on this type of port, I would have never found this. So so if I come over here and I get my voltage injection probes out, and I come over here we will start the power management software. Now, I don't have any super fancy meter reading technology for my power supply. I use the garbage that's on the screen. Okay, so let's get that connected. I'm going to break out the meter, but we'll do this. Seriously? You're going to do this to me? Oh, do you have connection issues with your meter, with your power supply? Not connecting the first time you do it? Okay, so we're going to put power on the screen. Okay, so you can see I got them both set for 5 volts. One's at 3.2 and one's at 2 amps, but that doesn't matter. So if I take channel 1 and I plug it into the switch with this little fancy micro beige repair specialty, which he has a channel and it's fantastic. So if I turn the supply on, you'll see it'll draw. Oh, shit. Oh, my language. Sorry. Forgot to put the battery on. I did this earlier and it trolled me. I'm like, why isn't it working now? And I was like, oh, hook up the battery, people. So we're going to hook up the battery and we're going to flex our motherboard because, why not? So I'm going to turn this on and it's going to draw some current. And it draws 0.47 milliamp, 470 milliamps. So there you go. It's the first power one. The other one's not on yet, so it's channel 1. So it does that, right? So, my next step was if I turn that one off and I unplug this and I plug on my channel 2 and I inject 5 volts to here, nothing happens. Channel 2 is not lighting up. But here's where it gets me here. Yeah, the single multimeters are nice. But if I take this adapter, just the adapter with nothing plugged into it, just like so, and I do this, watch the amperage. Look, it's drawing 470 milliamps through voltage injection. So I'm injecting 470 milliamps through 2 test points, ground and the test point for the main power in. And the only thing different from this and when I did it a minute ago, is I had this little adapter plugged in. So this thing trolled me. I'm not going to get into the full details of how that I actually successfully am able to inject voltage, but inside this is a resistor, and it puts a resistor across 2 pins inside the port, and that's the power delivery. And that resistance between those 2 pins, if you put a resistor between 2 pins of that value, you can inject voltage with the port not being on there. And I will demonstrate that on Tuesday. I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't have any of my stuff hooked up but that. I have a power supply and 1 meter hooked up. Who can work in a lab with only 1 meter hooked up? Like I'm living in the Stone Ages. I got no hot air. I got 1 soldering iron. I only got 1 meter hooked up. I'm telling you, it's just a sad world we live in. So, yeah, I know you have the supply. It's fantastic. They rock. These supplies rock. I quite enjoy the singlet stuff. If you look at my, I put up my test equipment. This is the test equipment I use. It's not the higher end singlet stuff, but I use the 30-45 meter. They make a 55 and a 65, and it's just how many decimal places it goes. And the 45, I have never had an issue doing any kind of at-home electronics where I needed the accuracy of a 5.5 digit over a 4.5 digit. And definitely will never need a 6.5 digit that would need to be calibrated every week. Not every week, literally, but the calibration on a 6.5 digit to make it worthwhile, you would have to do it yearly. So, okay, so ZA's here. How you doing? And Bear, how you doing? It's early, so I can't read names. Yeah, that was crazy because if my other cable didn't work, and I about gave up on it. I was like, Micromage has the same supply I have. He must have some magic cable or something. And I lost my cable, and I was like, okay. And I ordered those off Amazon, and fantastic, it worked. So I could have been led to this discovery without Micromage repair and his voltage injection. So if you're watching this video back, be sure to check out his channel. It's Micro Space Mage Space Repair. I don't know how to do that search and stuff that Phil does. I get it all messed up. So, okay, ZA says, I need to get one. The fact that you can set a threshold max before turning the channel on is enough for me. Yeah, that is, oh, wow, that was loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, the setting the voltages are nice. I had a Keysight power supply at work that, when I say that the Singlet's power supply is very nice, but compared to the Keysight where I could simulate a battery, it had a DC load built into it. Oh, that was my baby. Like, if I needed a rechargeable 1.5 volt battery, thank you, Rose, I appreciate that. If I needed a 1.5 volt rechargeable battery to test a charging circuit, I could just plug it into the meter, the power supply, and it would simulate a load. I mean, I would just turn the power supply on, and I could simulate the load of a 1.5 volt battery being charged and also providing 1.5 volts. So they are fantastic. The Keysight ones, but they are ridiculous in price. We got deals on them, and they were still ridiculous in price. So, but we went with all singlet this year. They bought, they got help because of the coronavirus here, and they got a loan, and the loan is tax deductible, and then any money they put back into the business with that money is also tax deductible. So you get the money tax deductible twice. So my old boss gave everybody a raise and then used the rest of the money to upgrade all the equipment in the shop. So all new Hacko equipment. He went with all new singlet gear, not because singlet's better than Keysight, but he was able to get more singlet benchtop meters. So he was able to spread them out further. So almost every station that needed a meter got a benchtop singlet meter. There's only a few stations left that are using handheld meters, and that's because they need to walk around with it. Tons of power supplies. It was probably a pallet of them. I'm not even quite sure where they're putting all the power supplies. But when they ordered all their singlet stuff, I'm like, seriously? I already have all the singlet stuff. Why can't you, wait? Oh, why? I told them to get singlet stuff when I got my singlet stuff, and I could have got a deal on it, but yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He doesn't. His company makes pretty good money. It's one of the top companies in the plating industry, making filter equipment to filter out solutions. And when I say the stuff goes in some nasty chemicals, it is some of the nastiest chemicals on earth that is used for like chrome plating, and then anodization of aluminum, any gold plating, nickel plating, cadmium plating, chromium. And we build filter systems for that. Well, these filter systems need to work on any kind of power system around the world. So I would design power system boards for heaters and for the filtration systems, which I can safely say that project is done. Now they just get repaired. So, and also with this, with them going in such harsh chemicals, everything had to be completely repairable, either in-house by us or in the field by, I'm not gonna say certified because we never certified anybody. We just sold them some parts, but they're not bad. I'm gonna do some teardowns of some stuff and show how to change some parts for some videos um, coming up here. Hopefully before I start getting this work from this guy Bill in April from his shop. So I'm also hoping to get some broken and iCloud lock phones to practice on cell phones, so I can get a feel for how the boards heat up and stuff, so I can start doing some of Bob's cell phone stuff. He gets cell phone repair too, but I don't have any experience with phones, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with switches and Xboxes to start, and some HDMI port PlayStation 4s. Um, because he has another technician that does board level stuff, but he charges, he charges the same basically for an HDMI port that he charges for, as long as I can get the parts for what I pay for the parts, I'm going to charge the rates I charge. So I'm retired, so I technically could do it for free. Not going to do it for free because I like tools and I like cool stuff. So I will charge, what I have to charge to, to cover things like tools and growing the channel and the best stuff. Okay, you say that micro repairs. I was on eBay looking for iCloud lock boards. I couldn't find nothing. Is there a certain search word you need for iCloud lock boards? I'm gonna go on eBay right now and see what I can find. Let's go to eBay here. Okay, let's go to eBay. And am I just typing in iCloud lock iPhone? See, I have these. Oh, you can't even see that. Wow, good one. So this is what I was searching for. Some 6s or 6+s. But if I do, wow, let me spell it right. So if I do iCloud lock iPhone and search, I get stuff, but this one is a 6S, and they want $47.99, and it's a bidding war plus $10 to ship it. $69, $140. This one has a cracked screen, unknown gigabytes, locked as is for $19.99. I don't care if the screen is cracked, but I kind of wanted a plus because I wanted to do something weird with it. Let's see. Type in ID locked. Yeah, I want to get a couple iPhone 10s too and try opening them. And I think you need a special hot plate for that. But I got an iBoot box coming. I got it pretty cheap on Ali. So let's see here. Let's type in what Micro said. Let's type in ID locked. Okay, here we go. iPhone 11, father. Ridiculous. I don't think the XS, I don't think that's the sandwich board. Yeah. Oh, see, you're sending me to a UK site. Let's go to this here. We'll look at it. Oh, no. Back to YouTube. Don't do it that way. No, I lost I think I lost it. Oh, no, I didn't lose it. No, hey, nice. Nick, I don't want anything newer. I want like 6s. Mainly, I want a 6 Plus. and I want to drive a long screw. Ooh, excuse me, sorry about that. I want to drive a long screw in a screw hole and do a trace repair on it. Just a long screw damage repair. iPhone boards parts only. Yeah, because I got test screens and stuff. Oh, don't know what I type in. Board parts only. I kind of wanted an iCloud lock board because it works and I can boot it up to show that it worked, and then I can fix it. So there's an 11. I think that's a sandwich board for, wow, $49, $96. That's ridiculous. There's an iPhone 6 Plus main logic board parts only, $15. That might be worth it. The parts not working. Sure that is. Seller assumes all responsibility. This item does not function. Yeah, see, I kind of want to stick with the iCloud lock. But hey, Nick, if you want to send me an email, it's jasonselectronicsrepair@gmail.com. Um, I'll talk to you about buying some of those iPhone boards from you. I'll take as many as I can get. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to practice. I want to practice carving out the board, and I know there's schematic diagrams for long screw damage on like Flexboard View or ZXW. I'll get whatever I need to get for it, but what did I just hit? I don't know. Something. I'll get power on the screen too. Okay, so yeah, wow, that would be fantastic. Wow, that would be awesome. I will do everything on camera and make a fool of myself. Yeah, the whole point micro mage repair is to make a fool of myself doing long screw damage. That is my goal. I don't expect it to be successful on the first go, but I want the experience. I want to learn how to do this. And the best way I think I can learn how to do this is to pull chips off a iCloud lock board, put them back, and see if it still boots. Yeah, I watch a lot of Mark Schaefer's videos. I also watch STS Telecom. I like him better than Mark Schaefer. I'm not saying anything bad about Mark Schaefer. I think Mark Schaefer is fantastic at long screw damage, but he doesn't have any more videos on it. I watched them all. Um, iPhone 6 Plus. Do you really get 4? No, I think you just get the 1. And in a way that renders them difficult to use. Items that require service repair, items missing essential components. Yeah, when something says they're missing essential components, I tend to stay away from that. So I don't know about that one. See what we got going on in chat. Just iCloud lock boards that work so I can boot them up and then prove they're working and then, take it apart. See what I can do. What are these switch ports going for? I get these defective switch consoles when he goes down to like $75. with bad charging port issues. I've gotten 4, had 1 no fix, and that was the one from the last video. The other 3 I was able to fix and sell for over double the price I paid for it. So I'm gonna ride that wave as far as it goes. Um, Here's 35 for an 11, but is it the whole thing or just the bottom board? I think it's just the bottom board. Yeah, see, I don't think it's the whole sandwich. I don't know if I would trust that. If that doesn't look like the whole sandwich. Does it? Because 11 is definitely a sandwich board. It doesn't look like an 11. Original iPhone 11. Is the 11 not a sandwich board? That's weird. Okay. Uh, let's go back to, stop it. Let's go back up here. Let's see if we can buy something today. Locked iPhones. I'm gonna buy something. Okay. See, I think I need to search iCloud locked. Where is he? iCloud locked iPhones. Yeah, I got the mechanic iBoot cable. I got 1 of each. The one that you press the button to boot, and the one that you can just apply direct power to it. They were really cheap on AliExpress. Like I say, really cheap, $47. But compared to what I pay for tools, $47 is cheap. So, wow, that's awesome, Micromage. Wow. See, that's what I want to practice. Um, yeah, I got to practice. And that's why I want to buy a working board so that I can practice changing connectors, pulling and reballing chips, all that good stuff. So, um, a lot of stuff for 6s, but this 6, I want a 6 Plus to take apart. Just so I can do that touch repair thing and do the M1 jumper to try that. $395 for an iPro 11, iPhone 11 Pro parts only. That's insane. I also want to try a NAND transplant too, just for practice. I mean, I'm a big proponent of practice on your own stuff before you do it on customer stuff. So if I get some phone boards, I'm going to practice everything I can possibly practice to get comfortable with doing stuff. I'm not seeing anything on here for $2 that really jumps out at me. So, let's see what we got. Yeah, I can imagine that the FPC connectors would be good money because people trying to put their own screen on and messing it up and things like that. So yeah, that's my goal for the future. I do have an iPhone 6 here. Where's it at? Hold on a second. Let me dump you. I was just drinking my tea. It's getting cold, which makes it even better. Move my keyboard out of the way here. And let me grab this right here. So this is my old phone right here. This is my old iPhone. And it is a original yeah, the other text screw them up. That's what I figured. So it is an original iPhone 6 Plus, not an S, original iPhone 6 Plus. I got this like a week after they came out. Never had an issue with touch, never had an issue with anything. The reason why I upgraded from this phone was because it needed a new battery last year. So you figure I got this a week after they came out, and last year around June or July, I needed to upgrade because I didn't want to deal with changing the battery. Could have changed the battery, but they offered me a good deal on a phone, and my wife needed a phone, so we got two phones. We got the same phone, and then now I have this one right here. Um, this iPhone. I think it's like a 10R. I don't care what it is. I think it's a 10R. It doesn't have the sandwich, I don't think, in it. I'm not sure, but that's my phone. But the screen is not cracked on this. It's got a screen protector on it. But I want to. Well, my original goal was to practice on this board because it boots and it just needs a battery. So I got a battery. Well, battery right here. It's got some tools in there, whatever. Um, Adhesive strips, whatever. It's a battery. So I'm going to change this battery, and I was going to use it for more practice, like connectors and things like that. But um, my wife wants to give it to my son when I put the new battery in it. So, you know, I was going to do the touch repair on it just to practice it, but my wife wants to give it to my son. So, and you can see this right here. It's got a huge, can you see that nick in there where I dropped it? So this thing has taken a beating, and it never got flickering gray bars or any kind of touch issues. We try to take care of our electronics. Um, so as I just throw it in the container, that's funny. So we try to take care of our stuff here. So yeah, yeah, Nick, if you want, yeah, if you shoot me that email, I will definitely pay for shipping or whatever you need me to pay for. I will definitely take those boards. I will take all the practice I can get. I will even try to get them working if they don't work. Bill has offered to kindly send me some stuff, and he has also neglected to ship it. So we'll see if he ships it. I got a present for him I'm unboxing on Tuesday that I'm going to put in the mail with some other stuff. Yeah, I know. I've dealt with 05. Was it, words, actually numbers 0155. I've dealt with those before. It's not my cup of tea, but you got to learn. You can't just do console repair. You can make money doing console repair, but I would like to expand because Bill, he was like, okay, you want to do the consoles? Can you change? Can you change connectors on an iPhone? I'm like, no, but I can learn. He goes, well, get some practice. Show me that you know how to do it, and I'll send you any connectors. So, I'm willing to do that because he opens the phones. I don't want to open other people's phones. I am getting a tool to open a phone, uh, little suction cup clamp thing. So, you know, uh, and I hear that the boards on an iPhone are really tough to get hot. Um, like you have to use a lot of heat, but you can't use too much heat. So, but I'm making a full go at this. I wanna be practiced and starting doing simple phone stuff by July for sure. I'm starting with Bill with console stuff in April on a 30-day trial, and then after that he will, you know, get me on, more than that. And then I figured if I practice April, May, June, July, I can start doing his easier iPhone stuff or whatever phone stuff that I know how to do. Because a lot of his board level stuff, like no power, shorts on the main power rail, shorts on VBAT, he sends to his board guy, but his board guy is a little overwhelmed and he charges more than what I charge currently. So he wants to send the easy stuff to me and the difficult stuff to his other guy, which I'm perfectly okay with. I'm okay with getting the easier stuff in the beginning. Um, iPads are tough to get hot. iPhones don't like it. Awesome typing. Yeah, I got you from that. Um, I will tell you right now, I won't work on an iPad unless it's opened. I think you have the same policy, Micromage, right? You won't open an iPad because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be responsible for what a $200 screen. That's not a thing I'm getting into. Especially just starting out, I can't afford to eat a screen. You know, yes, I have nice tools that I spend money, but um, I don't want to have to fork out an iPad screen because I don't know how to open it properly. Um, I do have an iPad mini that I'm going to work on for practicing connectors and stuff that is so old it's outdated and won't even update. Yeah, an iPad's basically a bigger iPhone. So I do have that iPad mini. I will bring that out for Tuesdays. Yeah, see, that's what I want to do. I told the guy, if I do start doing any kind of repairs on iPads or iPhones, I want them open before I get them. And he said, yeah, I open them because he's got business insurance that if it happens to break, he can, I don't know how that works, by the way. I'm just going by what he says, but he's insured to open them or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. I don't do that side of the business. So I said, yeah, as long as it's open, I'll give it a go. If it's something I practice on before. Yeah, I'm not into data recovery. He has another company he uses for data recovery. I wouldn't mind getting into data recovery maybe next year sometime, but that's not something I'm actively looking to get into. I have heard that the sandwich boards make data recovery easier. I have heard that. I've heard that from a few techs on YouTube and a few repair forums that have said that the data repair success rate is a little bit higher than like the sevens or the eights. So I don't know if it's because you can swap out the bottom board for a good one if you have a short on it or whatnot. I'm not 100% sure what makes it that, or even if that's even true. I don't know. I'm just going by information that I was given. That's one thing about me. I give you the information I have. I never claim it to be correct. I do my own research, and that is part of uh, that kind of thing. I do my own research, and I try to learn how to fix things myself. But my way is not the only guaranteed way. Like take Nintendo Switch USB ports. You know, you have the coder Phil. He removes his one way. You have Micromage Repair that removes his way. You have the way I remove it, and then you have the way Adamant IT removes it. And three of us do it correctly, and we all do it differently. So there's no one way to do it. It's whatever feels comfortable for you. And the way I was doing it in the beginning worked, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it. And I tended to melt the port. And the way I do it now, I don't get any port meltage. And it seems to go first shot. And I know that's not the hot plate way. The hot plate works. That is a great way to put a switchboard on, but it takes too long. It's easier to um, just a little bit of hot air with no nozzle. That's how I like it. Yeah, exactly, micromage. The right way is the way that gives you success. Um, Not necessarily your way, but the way that produces a successfully repaired unit that will last as long as these units can be expected to last before more things go wrong. So, and I won't fix anything that in a way that I wouldn't be willing to let my wife or children use that device. I won't jerry rig it in a way that's unsafe. So anything I fix, I would let my son use it, or my wife use it, or my daughter use it. I can't let my grandkids use it because it'll break again. But like Nintendo Switches, any Switch I fix that works, my son game tests them. He plays them for hours. And I had one that the BQ chip was getting hot on it, and not anything out of spec, but it was just getting a little warm, and I didn't feel comfortable with him playing it, so I changed BQ. BQ probably didn't need to be changed, but I changed it anyways, and it didn't run that hot again. So, I just, especially with Nintendo Switches, kids play Nintendo Switches, and I test the batteries. I cycle the batteries with my test equipment to make sure that they're not going to go bad. To make sure they have a good charge that's close to the charge level at that it was originally at when it was sold. And if it's not, I put a new battery in it. I put an OEM battery in it. So I will eat into my profits a little bit to make a safe, reliable repair on stuff. Like digitizers are $11, $13. I will put a digitizer on a scratched switch just to make it nicer. I might not make my $13 back in the resale, but I'll make something. And, if someone buys that for a kid, they're not going to have a scratched up switch. I know they'll probably scratch it up in the end, but, I don't want to, I feel uncomfortable selling scratched up stuff. I really do. So if it's light abrasions, but if it has a gouge in it, I don't sell it at all. So, well, we had a peak of, what do we have a peak of? Viewers. It doesn't say what our peak of viewers was. 9. We peaked at 9 viewers. So this wasn't anything crazy. I'm going to go ahead and call it. You guys heard me yammer on for an hour and 13 minutes. So thank you guys for showing up. Yeah, Nick, if you really want to unload those boards, I would greatly appreciate it. And you can send me an email. The email link's also in the description of the video. And I'll get back with you with a shipping address. And if you need me to pay for shipping, I'll do that also. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all stopping by. Thank you, Micro Repairs, for modding and stuff. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. Oh, wait, before I end it, Micro Mage, you need to get some sleep. Seriously, if you're still up from last night,